What should I say? Quite a start of La Liga right now, right? Quite start for Barcelona against Elche. We start with the MANITA. We start literally with a MANITA against Elche. And the game we've seen today is scary for the opponents, not for us, for the opponents. It's very scary for opponents. Like, we've seen all the big clubs, the start of their championship with the PSG, with their Bayern, with their uh, Premier League clubs, they are all struggling. Okay, they're all losing against small teams. Real Madrid yesterday almost drawing against Espanyol, and then you got Barcelona. They start with the Manita. Okay, there is no introductions. There is no let's warm up for La Liga. No, 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 no. Straight away, Hansi Flick will set a team. They're like bulldogs on the pitch. They were bulldogs. At one point, at the start of the game, I was like, this is too much. You have to tone down the pressure. You have to tone down the press. You have to tone down a little bit this craziness on the pitch. And we've seen that when Gavi left the pitch, unfortunately injured. Hopefully, this is not the old injury that came back to bite him again. But if we've seen that's one of the negative things today is that Gavi was not able to calm down the pitch. And I don't think that's his position. I don't think that Gavi should be the metronome, right? Should not be playing with Bernal. I think he should play with Gavi. I should be, the number 6, the guy who recovered the balls and pass it to Pedri quickly. But if you put him with Bernal, who he supposed to be the one calming down things and controlling the tempo, he doesn't know how to do it. That's Gavi's problem. So Gavi is really, whether he's in number 6 or plays in the attack, play as a winger, play him as a number 10, whatever, but do not play. He can't take Pedri's position. He can't take Pedri's role. So fortunately, this year we have Rodri for that. Okay, so that's the first negative thing, plus the injury. Oh my goodness. Gavi. We'll see what happens, right? So Hansi Flick said it doesn't look to be as serious as what it seemed on the pitch. So let's hope that nothing's serious. Let's hope it's just muscular, right? It's not his right knee where he had the injury that's coming back to bite him again. Let's hope that. Other than that, almost everything is positive today. Everything, And the stars of this game, let's start with Xavi Espart. I've never thought he's going to play him on the left. And that's one point about Baldi, When you see that Hansi Flick prefers to play Xavi Espart, his third or fourth option, as a left back, that tells you a lot about Hansi Flick. That tells you a lot about the profile of players he's looking for. And Xavi Espart is one of the players Hansi Flick really likes, really digs. And you guys can see easily why, right? So his engagement, his physicality, his intelligence, his pass quality, and 2 goals, the first and the fifth, came directly from Xavi Espart with different qualities. For the first goal, the way he intercepts the ball, the way he cuts the ball, go back and look at the action. Go back and look at, he's done something that Baldi would have never done in a million years. And not only Baldi, even Koundé won't do. The way he cut the ball, he created the chance for Rafinha to get the penalty. That's Xavi Espart. And the last goal, the pass he made to Fermin, that's these kind of passes that Baldi, if you're looking at Baldi playing and you'll be looking at him and you see the pass and he won't see it, you'll be mad at him because he didn't make the pass. There you go. Xavi Espart, make this pass. And that's what Hansi Flick wants. You make the pass. You make it. You see it, you make it. Don't hesitate. He literally created 2 goals today, Xavi Aspart. And I can say so many things about this player. And I think that he is the star of this season. Okay, and he's a different kind of profile. He plays on the left, on the right, in the midfield. Guys, just is football. I mean, for people who are stuck, who've been following European football, and they're stuck, they're like us, you know. They follow so much that they talk about players' positions, and this player is in number 6, this player is in number 8. You guys remember when we were kids? When we were kids, we just play football. It doesn't matter whether you know how to play football or not. It doesn't matter the position. We don't know no position. You know how to pass. You know how to shoot. You know how to control the ball. You know how to run with the ball. That's it. That's football. Whether you're in the defense or in the attack or in the midfield or right back, left back, it doesn't matter. When you see the pass, you make the pass. When you have to intercept the ball, you have to intercept. That's just being smart. That's just football IQ. Plus technicality. And honestly, if you spend 10 years in La Masia, you have no excuse. You have really no excuse. For Balde, for me, if you didn't learn that in La Masia, you have no excuse. If you're given 4 years with the first team to improve and you don't improve, you have no excuse. And I totally understand Hansi Flick when he tells him to stay home. And for me, staying home is just find a club. To be honest, find a club, because I've never seen Hansi Flick doing that or talking to a player like that. Something really grave happened, to be honest. And what makes me happy today is the new signings, Gordon and Adeyemi. Gordon Adeyemi, you know. The speed that they bring, the quality that they bring, the pass, the shooting that they bring. We have never seen that in Barcelona in the last few years. You got some people are crying about Lewandowski, about Ferran Torres, who just scored 2 with PSG. But don't be impressed, okay? We replaced him with great player Karim Adeyemi. I think he has so much to show. And my word, we've just seen tiny small quality from Adeyemi. And the speed he has, he can play on the left, on the right. That's the type of versatility. I'm sorry, can't even talk. That Hansi Flick is looking for, and he is building a team that's really dangerous. If we get a number 9, if we get Trisoldi, or if we get any number 9, that doesn't even need to be a starter. We have Rafinha as a false number 9 today. Scored 2, and he is the MVP, by the way. Gordon, he comes in, 2 assists. He could have scored a 3rd. He could have made more assists. He could have a hat-trick of assists. His first game. I do like the spirit. I really like the spirit. I like the way... And he speaks Spanish. He doesn't have any problems talking to Pedri or hugging Pedri and talking to Gavi. He's there. That's the big difference from Rashford. If you speak Spanish, half the problems are fixed. And he said he'd been dreaming about playing for Barcelona for his whole life, since he was a kid. That's why he learned Spanish. That's what we want. You guys don't look at the price tag. The price tag is, this player have been dreaming about Barcelona and has been being prepared to play for Barcelona. And now he's at Barcelona, he's showing his quality. For people who are saying his price tag he's very expensive. At least we didn't buy him with 150 million. My goodness. I mean, when the game started, I was looking, I said, you know what? This team is capable of scoring 10 goals in every game. And that, without the starters, with half the team on the bench, without Rodri, without Pedri, without Olmo, without Kubarsi. And yet, we still deliver these kind of performances. Hansi Flick, I think I think we guys forget that Hansi Flick came to a broken team. Came to a team plenty of kids. When he came, most of the players were under 17. It was a juvenile team. It wasn't even a senior team. The second year, he didn't have the chance to sign any players. And we had juveniles and puppies. We have old people like Lewandowski. We have Ferran Torres. And now there is no Lewandowski. There is no Ferran Torres. We bought some fresh 25 years old players. Lamine Yamal is growing. Lamine Yamal, by the way, he had maybe one of the worst games in his career. But I don't worry about him. You know, he was worried. He was almost crying on the bench. I've seen his face. I didn't like it because he doesn't have to be like that, you know. This is just the first game. He's coming back from the World Cup. If I was Hansi Flick, I would just sit him on the bench next game. Just to rest and then get him back slowly into the game. He shouldn't be rushed into the game like that because he's one of the only players who played the whole World Cup, and he's playing right now, you know. He's playing as a starter. And that's not fair for him. He needs to have more rest for me. As usual, Joan Garcia, we just have a quick check on Joan Garcia. He's still the Joan Garcia from last year. And if you guys go back to Hansi Flick really quickly, you know. Hansi Flick took Barcelona. It was a disaster, okay? Brought Barcelona back to the highest level possible. Almost reached the final last year. You know what happened with Atletico Madrid? That without signings. Now you give him signings. And I can imagine that if we sign another center back, if we sign a number 9, that's what we need. We need another center back and number 9. But let's not forget, we have Gerard Martin, and we have to put respect on this name. Gerard Martin. I know that most of the fans were making fun of him in the past. You have to apologize. You have to apologize to Gerard Martin because you have to put some respect on his name. No one expected him, and yet he's there. If you've seen his performance today, it was just amazing. He's very smart. He doesn't do extras, right? You don't see him like doing crazy stuff. But the fact that we have a clean sheet and he covered so many holes, Christensen holes I'm talking about here, that you can't see it. But he delivered a huge performance today, and kudos to him. Kudos to this guy because he is amazing. Eric Garcia, very solid, you know, on the right side. Nothing to say that. In the midfield, I really liked Bernal. And then when Pedri came in to the pitch, we've seen what was lacking from Gavi. Speed is good, making the first pass is good, but you have sometimes to control the craziness because it was crazy. Once Pedri came in, we start scoring goals, you know? Every 5-10 minutes, a goal. Control, score. Control, score. He gets the ball. He knows when to make the pass. And we've seen the control. Now you can imagine when we have Rodri on the pitch, with Pedri, with Olmo. Then you can have Fermin as number 9. You see, I mean, we really don't need a number 9. Because Rafinha can play number 9. Fermin can play number 9. Gordon can play number 9. Adeyemi can play number 9. Olmo can play number 9. So we just have attacking players that they can play any position. And that reminds me much of PSG. Now we have this midfield superiority. When we strengthen our defense, I think that we have a good shot at the Champions League this season. And it's going to be really interesting. If we continue playing like that, I can't imagine the next few games. I'm very excited. Culés, please let me know what you think about the game. leave a comment, and please subscribe. Visca el Barça and Visca Catalunya.